Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome to another episode of GregTech New Horizons. This is a special episode. It is recorded during a live stream. We're doing a special 8-hour celebration stream for hitting 5K YouTube subs, which is a pretty exciting moment for the channel. So you'll notice chat popping up on the left side of the screen, and I'll probably be responding to chat and such as we play, but I've done quite a few things since the last episode, so I want to summarize a few of them before we dive into new stuff. One of the things that I did is I did a lot of nether stuff. I derped around in the nether for a while. I mined more ores, so I've done a lot of mining. So I have a lot of extra ores since the last time I've summarized. We should have pretty much everything we need. One other thing I did is I mined out the beginnings of the second floor. And so that's pretty exciting, and I still have a little bit to do. I think I built some catwalks to try out that mod. I think I'm gonna replace these kind of lines of brick with the catwalks, and we'll see how that looks. And now we kind of have these fluorescent lights, which I think look pretty good, and they're well spaced, so we have a good amount of lighting. Everything feels bright. By the way, this is really cool. I've already shown you kind of the what are they? Forge micro blocks, this thing. And you can position them, you know, the cover and then the panel is like 2 covers, and then you do a panel and a cover, and then you do a slab, which is like 4, and then you do a slab plus a cover, and it kind of makes this nice little, you know, ramp that you can walk up with the piston boots, which is really cool. But what's even crazier is the strips. You can add them on to the corners. I assumed it wouldn't work right because there's the strips, which are 1/8 of the block, and then there's the posts, which are 1/4, and then I just assumed we would have to skip straight to 1/2. But if you do a post and you put it in the corner and then you get a strip and you put that on top of the post, it like adds on to make this new special like 3/8 block that matches perfectly with these. So you can make these cool kind of consistent steps even on the corner, which I thought was pretty neat. And yeah, you basically go, you know, straight up when you've got the piston boots plus these types of ramps, which I think is kind of fun. It's almost like an elevator. But yeah, and so I'll work on this probably at some point during the stream. And what else did I do? So I proved once and for all, because there's been some dissension in the comments on the YouTube videos about this whole battery buffer. Does it lose 2 EU? Does it not? So what the quest book says and how this all started in terms of the confusion is, I think it was in here. It says, remember that there's loss when outputting EU from any GT machine. So putting 4 4-slot ones in a row loses 8 power compared to 2 from one 16-slot one. And this is for every amp too. This is just inaccurate. This is straight up wrong, and I'll prove it to you. Because what I was under the assumption of, which is turns out the correct assumption, is, and it talks about this in the GTNH wiki, is that every block that outputs power in GregTech loses EU, and it loses on the input, not the output. So essentially, this turbine is a good example. It will output the full 32 EU per tick that it advertises, but it will consume more than that from its internal buffer. And the amount extra that it consumes is just 2 to the power of the tier -1, I think, more or less. I know that's true for LV. So this consumes 1 extra EU from its internal buffer than it should. So it's essentially eating 33 EU from its internal buffer, and then it's outputting 32 EU per tick, right? So that's how that works. And then the battery buffer, I presumed, would do the same thing, right? It would eat 33 EU from its internal buffer, and then if its internal buffer doesn't have enough, it will use the batteries within it, and then it will output, you know, 32 EU, and it'll keep going down the line like that. And you're obviously losing EU with every time. But we're not losing 2, which is what the quest book implies. Not even implies, it just directly says right here. It talks about losing 2, and that's what confused me, because it didn't line up with everything I had read on the wiki. And we've tested it now, and this is just not right. So don't worry, battery buffers are not losing some extra amount of power. They are losing the normal amount of power, which is 1 per LV amp. And now we can attempt crossing. I decided to cross copper and gold, and I did have to make gold blocks for that because they can't crossbreed unless you have these. I did stuff in the nether. I did make one of those redstone clocks so that I can get the steel recycled. So all we have to do is put steel on the bottom here, plop this there, and then that'll automatically activate. Oops, what am I doing? Ah, I didn't mean to do that. We need our ingot mold. What does that even make? An empty shape plate. Okay, there you go. That can probably be remelted, right? Yes. So this is a way to get, when we're lathing all the steel rods, this will get us all of our extra steel back. And I was looking at the building made easy, and I realized I can do this. It's really annoying because you need all of these blocks, but with the assembler, these are just smooth stone plus like random stuff, like nether quartz, coal, some gold nuggets, iron blocks, iron plates, magenta. These are signs. It's all fairly easy. And then just one of each of these blocks, which as soon as you have the compressor, you can do this. So I'm going to get this builder's wand and see what it does. I believe I placed all the blocks. Where did I put them? Uh-oh. I put them all. Oh, they're all in here. Okay. So we should be able to complete this quest with my full inventory, which is pretty nice. Ta-da! Uh-oh. Wait, I didn't grab the concrete. Where'd the concrete go? Oh, that's light concrete. Uh-oh. Okay, I just need to chisel it into regular concrete. There we go. So now we have, ta-da, the builder's wand. And I don't even know what this does. Because it's from extra utilities, and it's not the better wand thing. So like, does this work the same way as the other ones? I don't even know. Did I just waste my time building this? No, it seems like that's pretty good. It doesn't have durability, so that alone makes it nice. So that will help us. Oh, you need to charge the jetpack with red power. That'll be fun. In any case, we have a building wand for when we want it. A limit of 9 blocks. That's okay. That's what the iron ones had, which is the ones I would build if I were building them. Oh, I made these tanks. I think that was also new since the last episode. I made a batch just to hold random liquids. So I've got like some concrete over there, some molten glass that I made in preparation for whatever. We still have our poisonous brew over here. Oh, I found a beehive in the nether, which got me these honey blocks and honeycombs. Continuing to... I want to get started with bees. We might do that in this episode. Or in this stream, I should say. But let's pull up our to-do list. What are we going to do? I really, 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 really want the sifter, because it will give me infinite coal, roughly. And so I might beeline it to the sifter. I think I'm ready for that. The reason I'm ready for that is because we need polyethylene. But guess what? You might be like, well, you can't get polyethylene without oil. Well, you can centrifuge soul sand to get oil. So I don't actually have to get an oil pump going here. And I can start building up some oil this way. And I will. So I'm going to throw this in here. I need to grab all of the glue out. So we'll grab some oral. Now I need to be careful what I distill on. So the distillery, we want sulfuric light fuel, so that's on 2. Heavy We can also get lubricant from oil, but I'll probably be doing most of my lubricant from creosote oil because I'm not using that for anything else right now. Be careful not to use the universal cells for recipes because that won't work. Yeah, that does make sense. Okay, what did I say? 3? Heavy, light, no, light's 2. There we go. Nether dust is a good source for gold. I mean, I don't know if I'd say that's a good source. You would need to really mass produce this. I think the other way is easier, but this is an option at LV, but we're talking like, what is that? 20 minutes on average for 1 gold? That's pretty rough. Okay, and it wanted me to get 12 light fuel cells. So, and those do hold 1,000, I think. Yeah. Nether stone lily. Oh, interesting. I haven't even heard of that. Okay, so we'll let that run for a minute. What else was on our to-do list that we could also do right now? I do want to do a glowing coral farm for infinite glowstone. I compared glowing coral and what's the other one that makes glowstone? Glow flowers. Not the Pam's Harvest Craft glow flowers. There's another glow flower. And I think the glowing coral is slightly better. Oh, I want a mixer. We should make a mixer. That's pretty high on the list. Mixer. Will it blend? It sure will. I'm so tired of these machine casings. I really need better wrought iron. I think I'm out of wrought iron again. Goodness. I need the arc furnace for better wrought iron. Maybe I should make that next. I'm starting to get lazy again here. Wait, what? Did I forget to actually make the mixer? I did. There we go. But for now, I'm just gonna put that there. We can get concrete way cheaper with that. What else is it having us do after the mixer? I think it unlocks some quests in other tabs, if I remember correctly. Oh yeah, I made some of the large steel fluid cells just because I could. I was curious. They do hold a lot. They hold 8 buckets each. Yeah, the arc furnace is not cheap. Indeed. The GT promise is that you will have too much to do at all times. And then oxygen, we need a compressor. Can we run the steam compressor on this? Let's find out. I think we need regular cells. Yep. So in a compressor, that just turns into compressed air cell. And then we need a centrifuge, and we get our oxygen. And nitrogen. And it's kind of weird. You can extract the air from an air cell and then use that, but you can't make air directly. The only way you can make air is by using those compressed air cells anyway. So it just kind of depends on if you want to deal with fluids or solids, I guess. But yeah. So let me grab... I just said a centrifuge, right? I already forgot how we make oxygen. Yeah, you can electrolyze water, and that gets you hydrogen and oxygen. But this, I believe, was cheaper in terms of just the oxygen. You could just use air for PE? What? What do you mean? I'm doing this for the arc furnace. I don't even know what polyethylene needs in terms of fluids. Oh, okay, that's also air or oxygen. But yeah, I'll definitely want to use oxygen for that because that saves us oil. Although right now oil's kind of cheap, so I don't know. But yeah, we need the oxygen. So at least for now we have enough oil, so we're gonna transition to spinning air really fast. If you spin air fast enough, it apparently splits into its components. Centrifuge limonite is another option. I don't like having to rely on ore for that, but it is an option. Okay, what do I have to do in terms of stuff? Oh, I need 5 at once. Okay. Yeah, the limonite thing I have seen. You can centrifuge limonite dust, and it's definitely faster, but then it's over. And you're spending a lot of iron in the sense that you only get 1 back from 4. But it is an option. Okay, so this is very slow, but it's working. I will need an LV. I want all the LV versions of those steam machines at some point. I just need all the machines. Okay, that'll get us 1 oxygen cell, and that takes 5 ever. And then watch the magic occur. Yes, 90 EU per tick, but that's fine. It goes pretty fast, which is nice. But yeah, we should be able to see these draining. Yep. Oh, that's so nice. Wrought iron is now cheap. Okay, so we're making some extra cells just to have them, so we can do more of this nonsense. Now I've got sulfuric light fuel. Okay, so electrolyzing water. Channel 3. Electrolyzer. Oh, I need an empty cell in there. There we go. That'll do it. Okay, so we've got our first light fuel cells. Beautiful. And a little bit of hydrogen sulfide, which we'll have to store somewhere. And we can make ourselves 2 of these bad boy combustion generators. So now I can get some more power from these light fuel cells. 305,000 EU a piece. So these are like super batteries. Now the question I have, do these self-regulate? It looks like they do. Sweet. So they really are like super batteries then. And there's less loss because we're not having to produce it and then put it in a battery buffer. Okay, now it wants me to do steam. Do I care about finishing this right now? We might as well. Let's go for it. So I need a little bit more oil again. So we'll go back to our centrifuge, pop some oil sands in, or soul sand in there. Okay, distillery. Now what channel do we do oil? I guess we click that, then we type oil like that. Sulfuric gas, channel 4. You know, I should put these in the order they're in to so it goes heavy, light, naphtha, gas. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right, then I hate that you can't just Like, rather than failing, I wish it just opened the interface, you know? But I get it. Okay, we'll get all the sulfuric gas, then we need more hydrogen again. Let's look at the cutting machine. We need that. Okay, it wants me to make cobalt brass, so I need cobalt. Which we're gonna get potentially from something like copper ore, chalcopyrite, but cobaltite is in a nickel vein in the Twilight Forest. Did we not find one of those? Let's see. Where do I go? South? Apparently, we live right on top of one. Excuse me. That's fun. Now, when you go underground, I guess we're about to find out. What happens? Does the darkness persist underground? Because if so, that's going to be really annoying. What I didn't do is bring any blocks. I guess I have some wood. There we go. And then we'll need to desulfurize, which is a chemical reaction with hydrogen. Okay, we gotta wait for this to get done. Off topic, have you tried other big or complex Minecraft mod packs? Nomi Factory is really the only one I have experience with, and then Ultimate Alchemy, which I beat, and that has a YouTube series. But other than those two, I really have tiny amount of experience. I tried Create Above and Beyond, and it was fun. There were some things I really liked about Create, and there were some things I really didn't like about Create. But I might give that one a try again at some point. Potentially. I need 10 steam cells. Okay, so steam cells, I'm gonna have to grab a tank and hook it up to the old steam doodad. Let's grab you. We should just be able to plop that up there. Pick that up, and then that's easy peasy steam cells. Problem is I don't have enough cells. So let's centrifuge a few more air. It's full on nitrogen. Keep that spinning. This is a lot to keep track of. Okay, I needed how many? 20? 10. 10 steam cells. You can fill those up like that. Quest? Oh, they're hot. Too hot to handle. Now I need the severely steam-cracked refinery gas, which again is a chemical reactor. They are the crackers in this mod pack. Oh my gosh. This is such a mess. Ah! Okay, so channel 3 for severely steam-cracked. And then I need to put them in either position. Doesn't matter, right? Yeah, and it's the same ratio either way. And it looks like it gives me the output. There's only one output, so it gives it to me as a fluid output with any amount of success. There we go. Severely steam-cracked refinery gas. Woohoo! So channel 3, I should be able to take all of this, empty it into here, make some thunder strikes, and we're getting our first ethylene, baby. And I have all sorts of random things in these cells now, which is horrible. Ethylene! You're real! You do exist! It's amazing. Spinning, but we should have some oxygen here, yeah. I am so confused on why it keeps... Is there some sort of like... Is this because of the Twilight Forest? Is there some sort of thing you build? I'm telling you guys, I've played for like... How many hours have we played for? Played for 120 hours. And in the last 2 or 3 hours, I've had 3 lightning storms when I've had 0 before that. So something's going on, like, in the game that has caused lightning storms. I must have angered the gods. Yeah, seriously. I wonder if it's the sound effect from this somehow unlocked the game to send thunderstorms for the first time. I have no idea. Like, it truly is baffling to me. Okay, what channel do we do this on? Channel 1. Polyethylene! We've done it! Look at that. Here it is, our gorgeous polyethylene. And now we can make filters to make sifters. Let me grab the cobalt brass gear. How did you get in here? Oh, you're an ender. Ender creeper, that's how. Oh, geez. Well, whatever. Okay, cobalt brass gear. Small diamond dust. I think I already have a diamond dust in here from who knows what. Oh, there was a diamond hoe that I guess that should go in here. That I macerated. I should just be able to craft that by itself. And then, let's see. That's it. I just craft that together. There's that diamond saw blade for the quest. 5 chocolate milkshakes. That's a lot of chocolate milkshakes. And now we just need a conveyor and a motor and a glass. And of course a machine casing, machine hull. Conveyor, which needs 2 motors. And, oh, you know, I haven't been keeping up with my tin cable purchasing, and it's caught up with me. Has caught up with me. Cutting machine, let's go. So now I can make like diamond plates, and in this case, the thing I need is the glowstone plate for the jetpack. So we'll have that. The long-awaited sifting machine. Has now arrived. Ta-da! Where's my quest? Yay! Yeah, here we go. So, and then we need to wash the crushed ore. And then we throw that in the sifter, and every single one of those gets me 4 coal on average, plus some coal dust. So just the amount of fuel, you know, for our brick blast furnaces that we're gonna get now is absurd. Because 1 will turn into 16, because this is 4 actual coal pieces on average, if you add up those numbers. Right? Yeah. 4 plus a half coal dust. So kind of 4.5, because you can even use the coal dust in the primitive blast furnace. It's slower, I think, than the coal coke, but it does work. So yeah, I just have to wash. I have to wash this stuff, and it's very slow. Don't get me wrong, but if I'm not doing anything else with the sifter, then why not? So check this out. We can do that. Purify. Oh, I missed. There we go. And then we'll throw that in the sifter down here. And we'll get a bunch of coal building up. Sweet. With that, I think we will call it the end of the first episode. For those of you watching on YouTube after the fact, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below about this episode. If you'd like to support me making videos, please head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/Krydax. You get some extra Discord perks, and you can get your name in the credits and fun stuff like that. So thank you for considering, and I will see you guys in the next video.